Story time. I'm gonna lock my door. Hold on. So I was just talking to Tay because there was this peculiar event that took place last night that just doesn't make any sense. I mean, nothing about my life makes any sense, but last night did not make any sense. It made no sense, right? And they are reaching. They are reaching, right? And they're using minors. They're using minors, which is sick. It's really sick, but they are. Not only my son, but his friends and all this stuff. Like, seriously, guys, it's bad. And the amount of money that has been that has been funneled into this little propaganda war, silent superstar, silent enigma, to take me down without taking me down, to show their dirty hands. That's the big story. And I just won't give up. I won't give up. I won't give up. And I will never give up. But because I have God running through me, there's that factor. So you're basically battling God at this point. And I don't say that lightly, and I don't say that boastfully. It's just mere facts. But I get my strength from God. He gives me strength, and I give him glory. And it's an understanding. It's a duality. And that's just the facts. And that's how you have to get to in your life. Like President, he was chosen to stay alive, and he's not giving God glory. He's going against it. But I had a blast from the past today come by my place of employment, and it was a place that I worked at last January. It was a local restaurant, and again, that's all entangled into it. And all the jobs that I have worked at since I resigned from that infamous company, and that's what I'm telling you. I worked there for over 8 years, and they had me in this bubble of just straight chaos, coercion, manipulation, gaslighting, toxicity, and just like under their tooth and nail with like magnifying glasses. And as soon as I broke free from that, it just, right? And ever since then, every job that I've held, there's been nothing but straight peculiar events. But the job I hold now, it's at a minimal. I can handle this, because I'm stronger. I'm stronger, and I pick up things very quickly, and I know how to respond and react and observe, and I'm getting connected more with my gifts versus like me last year. Whereas I was just like, I knew something weird was going on, but it wasn't making any sense. Whereas now I understand what's going on, and it's making complete sense, right? And so there's a difference between me now and me then. And when it came to the last company I worked for and the previous company I worked for, I would have all these conversations with these people, and they would say these things to me. A lot of them would talk about drugs. Go figure. And a lot of them would just not make any sense, just the types of conversations they were having with me. And then they would set up these different like events or these different setups when it came to like dealing with residents or dealing with money or dealing with insurance or dealing with like just weird things. Like there was electronic debit cards or electronic cards that they originally, when I first started working there, they were offering free rent. Like if you get a place here and you meet all the qualifications, you get a month's free rent, right? And this was the first red flag that I saw when it came to illegal activity, is so you would get a free rent. Well, like, I don't know, it was a couple months after I started there, they had electronic gift cards. You know, those fly out, don't they? Yeah, they had electronic gift cards. Now, where the electronic gift cards came from, I have no idea. But they had like, I think he said at one point in the safe, he had like $50,000 or $80,000 in electronic gift cards. Like, that's not normal business behavior. That's not normal. I'm sorry, but it's not. All right. And this is the type of crap that happens in property management. In the last 2 companies that I've worked for, now they didn't do the gift cards, but then they had a whole angle on it when it came to insurance and liability insurance and claims and all that crap. Like, everything is always manipulated and for the for the benefit of the owners of the property or the business managing it. It's never for the resident. It's never for the resident. It's never for the resident. That's why you see these leases, particularly in the state of Florida. I can't speak off on the other states, but I know in my state, they're getting longer and longer and longer. Where you go in to sign a lease, I guarantee it's going to be 50, 60 pages long. If you actually, and they know not everybody, 99% of people aren't going to read it. But I'm just saying that then that particular circumstance that went away. They no longer did that anymore. I was there for a total of 6-7 months, and my manager at the time, who I got really close with, and then there was the maintenance guy that I got very close with too, just as on friendship level. And I now realize they were just straight coercion and manipulation behind it the entire time. And they really had me fooled. They really had me fooled, man. Everybody really has had me fooled because I give everybody the benefit of the doubt, I don't respond in the way that they're looking for me to respond because it's not in my nature. It never was in my nature before. And that's what's so peculiar about the whole event of everything. You know what I mean? It's just bizarre. It's a really bizarre circumstance. I don't know how to explain it, guys. I really don't. But last night was extremely peculiar with my son and his friend. I've now got to get to a point where I got to get a door knob lock on my door. This is where we're at, people. I'm not even kidding you. This is to the lengths that they are going. As well as when it comes to how much they're keeping me and my divine soulmate apart, and how much they've just put in money into that and keeping us apart and creating false illusions and false propaganda and using things to make me look like a certain way to him and vice versa to me. And my family's been doing that for years. And I pinpointed a circumstance last year when he had did some work on my parents' car. And I thought about that last night. And it was funny because he had done some work on my sister's car, because he's always been good to my family. He's always been good to me. And I will always recommend him to anybody in the city that needs car work, because I know how he is. He's honest, he's humble, and he'll take care of you, and he's not going to rake you. He'll take care of, particularly women. He's a good man. I'll never shy from that, ever. I've got him through and through, whether we're together or apart. That makes no difference to me. No matter what his circumstances are, his love life, this and that, it doesn't change the fact that I will carry a respect level for him on a loyal front, because I know how he is, and I know how he carries his business, and I know what's inside of him. Then period, dot it, end it, move it. Like, nobody can tell me otherwise. And I know he's being used against me, and I know he had to do things that he doesn't want to do. I know that intuitively and energetically. I freaking know that they're using him against me, and they got him because he's a business owner, and they know how to get away with things. That's what they do. It's all over. Look, I don't like your data. I'm going to fire you. Why wouldn't you open an investigation? Oh, wait, because Doge doesn't do anything lawfully, because I have emails and receipts from all the claims I put in for Doge, and they did nothing. So, yeah, things that make you go, like that. Exactly. I don't like the numbers, so I'm going to fire you so I can put somebody in there that can manipulate the numbers. That's exactly what I'm going to do, because that's what we do. For entertainment purposes only. I'm not stupid, and nor are Americans. I don't know why they keep thinking we're so stupid. They're literally just laughing in our face. They just don't care. They've gotten past the point of caring. They're like, we own the power of the world, and we can do whatever we want, and so we shall. When God's here to say, no, you won't, and I'll take them all down. I'll take this beating path for the rest of my life, just a freaking principle, because I know exactly what you're doing to me. I know exactly what you're doing to my divine soul connection, and shame on you. And so that's enough strength to carry me through. Not even to mention everything you've done to my son and those 2 items right there. And my family, I know my family's definitely a part of it, but I'll still fight for them. I'll still fight for them. I'll fight for other people too. I mean, I fight for entire humanity. But particularly, what gives me strength within myself outside of God is my son and my divine soul connection, because I know exactly what you're doing. But anyways, he did some work on my sister's car. He cut